Hi everyone, it's Ed here from Shades of Vengeance with the Era Survival example roles video. So I'm going to start with this character that we created in the previous video, Chris Robertson, the corrupt, deposed mayor of Dry Lake. Before we start, I'd just like you to observe here that he has one evil. That means that he automatically gets one of these evil cards here. And I'm going to just draw the top one, and he gets the Heavily Armed card, which can only be used on a human enemy, as you may be able to see. Hopefully you can read that writing. And it improves the target's weapons by 1 tier. Moving on, he's just been deposed by Dry Lake, where he used to be the mayor. And he's managed to stagger through the dangerous med and high zones to get to a town called Riverbed. And upon approaching Riverbed, he is actually seen by an individual who is acting as a warrior today. Although he's usually just a hunter, he's guarding the perimeter of the village to make sure that no one threatens them. So he's going to come up to this individual and he's going to use a persuasion roll to persuade him that actually he's no threat at all, he's just another traveller, he'd really like to stay the night. So, I'm going to take persuasion plus charisma. This shouldn't be a particularly hard roll for him, so I'm actually going to give him a 6 threshold. The threshold varies based on how difficult everything is. So, anything a 6 or better, I knocked that was an 8. 7, 7, 8, 9 and 6. So he's got 5 successes there. Oops, you can't see that. There you go. 5 successes. Now, that means that the other individual will have to roll their willpower plus persuasion. They won't have as many dice as this. In fact, since they're usually a hunter, they do have 3 willpower, but they only have 1 persuasion. So they are going to roll their willpower persuasion, and they have achieved, with a 6 threshold as well, they have achieved only 2 successes. They will let him into the town. So Chris, he moves on to the town boarding house. So he's going to persuade the individual to cut his prices in half because he's actually the mayor of another town, right? So he's going to use his charisma esteem. Now, unlike charisma persuasion, charisma esteem is not an opposed roll. So it's going to be difficult. He's going to have to get a good number of successes in order to make this happen. But if he can, then it's only going to be 5 brass per night instead of 10. So I'm going to require 3 successes from him on a 7 threshold. Oh, I keep knocking dice. I'm sorry about that. That was a 1. And he's got 2 10s. Now, when you roll a 10, you actually get a bonus dice in Era D10. So I'm going to roll 2 bonus dice here. And he's got 4 successes and another. So you are allowed to keep rolling 10s until you stop. So he's actually gained 4 successes on this roll. So he's quite convincingly managed to persuade the individual that he is the mayor and he should be afforded a special price. So he's only going to have to pay 5 brass for his night stay in the boarding house. He lies down for the night, he goes to sleep. I'm going to give him the opportunity as the GM to see if he can hear a noise. So that would be wits, which is passive, investigation. So he's going to do a perception check and see whether he is able to notice. So I'm going to give him an 8 threshold because this is quite difficult, and as it's a passive roll, he's going to need 3 successes to observe anything. So he's actually failed. He's only rolled 1 success there. So he doesn't notice anything going on. Now, the thing going on, and this is his card, is actually Eliza Fish, who is a bounty hunter. And she's going to be stalking him. She's looking for a bounty on his head that's been placed by the citizens of Dry Lake. So she's actually evil 2, as you might notice, and that means that she actually gets 2 evil cards. She's going to get the Feel the Pain card and the Easy Break card, which could be very interesting later. I'm going to put those down here. She has quite an array of weapons. I'm just going to pull this across the thing here so you can see. Now, she has quite an array of weapons. She has a hunting rifle, she has a machete, she has light armor, a med kit, and 7.62mm rounds for her hunting rifle. Now, as soon as I, the GM, announce that there is actually an enemy character out there, I'm going to have Chris Robertson actually play his heavily armed card. Now that's going to update Eliza Fish's weapon from a hunting rifle to an assault rifle, which is one tier above a hunting rifle. And that means she's going to have a 5/7 with an encumbrance of 3. And obviously this is no longer there. So she now has a much better weapon because he's chosen to play his evil card. However, if he succeeds in defeating her, he's going to automatically salvage one weapon of the highest tier with 1 combat round of ammunition. So if he can win, that could really result in quite a positive bonus for him. I'm going to put that card there, and because he played a card, he's able to instantly draw another one, which is Click. It allows him to instantly run out of ammo. Now, he's not going to run out of ammo right now. He can't play this card because he's already played a card this turn, so he has to wait till his next turn. We're now going to not bother to roll initiative because Eliza Fish is going to go first because she's going to have the surprise. However, she can't see him in the dark, so she's going to have to come in close and prepare a melee attack. So she's going to have to search for him in the dark and attempt to attack him with her melee weapon before he notices her. She's going to roll Intelligence Investigation, which is 5 dice. Now, she has had 1 success on the 7 threshold. If I don't say, then it's the 7 threshold. So she's had 1 9 there. I'm going to say that is enough successes to notice that he's there, but he's going to have another opportunity to notice that she may be stalking around. So I'm going to give him another Wits investigation roll. And once again, he's failed quite abysmally. That's a 9. He's not done very well there. So she's going to creep up on him and she's going to stab the bed with her machete. As you can see here, the machete has a damage of 6 and a kill of 11. So she's going to roll Strength plus Melee, which is 6 dice. And because he's lying still, he hasn't noticed her, I'm going to give her a 4 hit threshold. Very easy to hit him. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, and 1 reroll, 5 hits. Now, on a melee weapon, doing any kind of hit deals durability damage to your weapon, because actually fighting is somewhat discouraged in this game because the weapons will degrade after a while. However, she does get a good solid hit on him. Now, unfortunately, her kill threshold is 11, and he doesn't have any penalties to his kill threshold, so she's not going to be able to kill him instantly. But she's going to get to roll these dice to see if she can damage him. Now, if she can roll 6 or better, as he's not wearing any armor, she will actually deal health damage to him on every dice. Oh, and she has actually rolled 6 or better on every dice. So, he's going to take 6 health damage. 5 health damage, I'm sorry. Now, 5 health damage inflicted on Chris. He's awake, he's in pain, and he's going to try and fight back with the handgun that he's been keeping under his pillow. Now, he's not going to try and use Click on this occasion, because if he does, then he won't have any ammunition, and he's quite likely to die. Oops, I didn't write the ammunition in there, sorry. He has automatically, with any weapon, you have 2 combat rounds worth of ammunition for 0 encumbrance. So he has 2 combat rounds worth. He is going to fire at her, trying to shoot her and kill her. So he's going to roll gunnery, and I'm going to say that it is gunnery plus wits, because it's his reaction, you know, it's bang, bang, bang. So I'm rolling 4 dice, and he's going to have to roll a 7 or better to hit. So he's rolled 2 hits, 3 hits, because of the 10, the reroll. So, if he can roll a 9 on any of these dice, he's actually managed to kill her. On a 7 or better, he will have dealt some damage. He's rolled a 9. He's actually managed to kill the assassin who stabbed him. So he's badly wounded, though. So, bang, bang, and Eliza Fish goes down. I'm going to return her cards to the deck. And she is down. She's dead. However, he's badly injured. He's able to salvage an assault rifle, thanks to his card. He's able to salvage it automatically. So encumbrance 3 and 5, 7. And he's now able to attempt to salvage the other things that she had in her inventory. So he's going to roll himself a survival plus intelligence. Unfortunately, as you can see, he's unskilled in survival, so he's going to roll an intelligence plus luck. Now that sounds like more dice, but every single luck roll always has a threshold of 10. He's rolled 2 10s there, that's pretty good. And 2 rerolls, no. So he's rolled 2 successes on his salvage roll. And I'm going to say that he's actually able to salvage some bandages out of the med kit, and also some injection, which is a very important substance, the only thing that protects you from infection. So that's all he's been able to salvage, that's all he's been able to get. So he now has bandages, which have encumbrance 1 and no damage and kill, and he has injection, which also have encumbrance 1 and no damage and kill. So he's going to use these bandages in order to heal himself, which is the only way you can do that. Now again, unfortunately, he's still got no medicine skill, so he's going to have to roll intelligence, luck. 2, 4, 6. He is incredibly lucky. He's rolled 1 success, and of course he has the reroll, or the bonus dice. He's rolled 1 success. Now that's not actually enough to heal any of the damage he has, but it is going to mean that he's not going to bleed out or anything. So he's going to call that a win. I'm going to cross off the ammo that he used during combat, because he used that 1 handgun ammo, you may recall. And I'm going to cross off 1 durability on his bandages, because he's used them once. So, that should have given you a few examples of roles that you might see in the game. I hope that that's been helpful to you guys. And please let me know in the comments if there's anything else you'd like to see.